When you wake up in the morning thinking everything's fine and you just have to edit your video for today and then the audio's messed up. Where's that stress ball? What's up guys, hope you're having a great Tuesday and welcome to another video here on the FPL Today YouTube channel where we are going to look at the midfielders I think you should strongly consider for your FPL sides. This could be a series I do a bit more regularly where I put my neck on the line and try to predict to you the players that you need to bring in to your Fantasy Premier League sides. Trying to achieve this not mean feat because let's be honest, this season is very unpredictable. We are using stats from the Fantasy Football Hub, which we have a link in the description for down below, which you can join to have access to the same data as me. Here's a quick word from them. Fantasy Football Hub is one of the fastest growing communities for fantasy football in the world. It has amazing tools for you to use, like player comparison tool, so you can pick between the likes of Mohamed Salah and Sadio Mane. It's also got a great Opta-Stats table, which you can filter to your heart's desire to find the players that you need to be putting into your fantasy football sides. Also included is a fixture ticker that will give you ease of fixtures for both attack and defence, so you can pick the players that have the fixtures to really hit that good run of form. And there's so much more, like articles by some top rated managers and coverage of all other fantasy football games like Fan Team, Sky Sports, the Daily Telegraph and Sun's Dream Team. And on the plus side, all of this can be found on a fantastic mobile app for you to tinker your sides on the go. So make sure to become a member of Fantasy Football Hub from only £2 a month. Links in the description. So let's get on with the video, and we start off with what is going to seem like a very obvious choice, but as most people have the likes of Man City players and also look for the likes of Aubameyang as well, who, let's be honest, is probably going to be a very good and high scorer in the FPL game this season. Some people don't have Mohamed Salah, which, you know what, maybe they'll be right in the long run, but seems a crazy move to me right now because you're looking at a player that even in a heavy defeat to Aston Villa still managed to get a decent return in that game, especially if you put the captaincy armband on him in a game week where all the other big assets didn't really do much. Mohamed Salah does come in at a heavy 12.2 million, but with that you know you're going to get goal threat. He has managed to score 5 goals and get 1 assist so far this season in 4 games, having played all 360 minutes for Liverpool. The underlying stats show that he had 19 shots on goal in total, with 15 of those 19 coming from inside the box with 4 big chances and 7 of his shots hitting the target. That gives him an expected goals of 3.23, the highest in this list, and he also has a goal involvement at 55%, so if Liverpool score, there's a good chance Salah is involved. He also has 14 key passes and has created 3 big chances with an expected assist at 2.25, also the highest on this list. Now let's be fair, Salah is going to be the biggest outlay for you in your midfield if you do go with him, and without him you can spread your budget elsewhere. There's also the argument of going with Trent and Andrew Robertson, but in this current time frame, with there being no fans in stadiums because of the global pandemic, it does seem like defences aren't getting clean sheets right now, and of course Liverpool have just lost Alisson to injury. So I think Salah is someone that you should definitely be considering if you haven't already got in your sides, as obvious as some of you are going to say that is to say. It doesn't get less obvious with the next pick as well, but these are the 2 players that are standing head and shoulders above the rest in the pack right now. Yes, there are some teams that have only had 3 games this season, but don't worry, I include a midfielder from one of those sides later on in the video. But we're going with HeungMin Son at 9 million as a second midfielder to go for. Yes, he is cheaper than the likes of Bruno Fernandes, Kevin De Bruyne and Raheem Sterling, as well as Aubameyang and Mane. And that means you have money to spend elsewhere, potentially in the striker positions, to cover some of these sides that I'm not going to be covering with the midfield. Son has had 4 appearances but only played 298 minutes. But in those 298 minutes, he has managed to get 6 goals and 1 assist, beating Salah by 1 goal. Now, he has some underlying stats which suggest that there could be some regression here, but that Tottenham side look very good, with Kane and Son really getting their understanding to another level. And of course, you've got the likes of Gareth Bale to come into that side down the line. So I think Tottenham Hotspurs could be a great look for your FPL sides. And Son comes in at a friendly, for his calibre of player, £9 million. He has had 10 shots on goal, with 7 of those being on target and 7 being from inside the box, with 6 big chances, which is 2 more than Mohamed Salah, giving him an XG of 2.96. His goal involvement is at 58%, and we did of course talk about the Tottenham Hotspur's side attack in the team selection video, which you can go and check out after this one. And he's also put in 13 key passes to teammates and also created 3 big chances with an XA of 1.96. Now, Son is a player that I had at the beginning of the season for the first game week, and that Everton game was a bit of a shambles for Spurs. But ever since, they have been looking very good attacking wise, and I'm regretting taking Son out my side for players that just haven't returned for me, and players that didn't have as good a pre-season as the likes of Son did, and they've hit the ground running while my players haven't. So for me right now, Son is a player you need to be thinking of getting into your FPL sides. Now we move on to players that are even more budget friendly as we look at James Rodriguez from Everton, an Everton side that's taken the Premier League by storm in the first 4 game weeks. And to be fair, while it is a surprise they've done this well, as soon as they upgraded that midfield with the likes of Rodriguez, Decore and Allen, I mean, those are top quality players and have really strengthened that Everton side overall. Now, of course, there is still some areas for improvement in that Everton side, but James Rodriguez brings a real quality to this side and is showing the type of play that we would have assumed he would have done at Real Madrid and Bayern Munich, but at those clubs, potentially he wasn't the star. At this one, he clearly is. I feel like he has the ability to almost be the Bruno Fernandes of this season, and whilst I'd have said before I was worried about him getting the assist of the assist, that worry is starting to fade away very, very quickly. Now, he has played 4 games and played 331 minutes, and in that time he's got 3 goals and 2 assists for 5 goal involvements, with a goal involvement percentage of 42%. He has also managed 10 shots similar to Son, however only 4 have been on target, with 6 from inside the box, with 2 big chances, with an XG of 1.30. However, what he does lack in goal threat compared to the previous 2, he makes up for in his more friendly price tag, and also 12 key passes, 4 big chances created, and a 2.14 expected assist, which is higher than HeungMin Son's. And I just feel like this Everton side could go on from strength to strength, with their confidence building thanks to this good start to the season, and with the likes of Dominic Calvert-Lewin and Richarlison in front of him, who are really upped their performance as well. I think Rodriguez is definitely someone we should be considering. And then finally, we have a player that has only played 3 games this season. Now, when making a video like this, you'd assume he'd be from Man United or Man City. Don't worry, he's not from Burnley, but he is from Aston Villa, who have looked very impressive in the 3 game weeks they've participated in this season so far. And the midfielder that has stood head and shoulders above the rest is Jack Grealish at 7.1 million, having played all of the 3 games and the 270 minutes that involves. He has recently signed a new contract with Aston Villa and been given the captaincy armband, and he seems like he is going on from strength to strength in a side that now is a lot stronger than the side we knew last season, who were in the relegation battle. So far this season, with that 270 minutes played, he has managed to score 3 goals and get 3 assists for 6 goal involvements, putting him at 55% goal involvement in total. That is coming from underlying stats of 9 shots on goal, 3 of them being on target, 8 coming from inside the box, which I've always worried about Jack Grealish, that his chances may come from outside the box, but out of 9 shots, 8 have been from inside. 2 big chances, similar to James Rodriguez, with a similar 1.30 XG. You also have creativity there as well, with 10 key passes, 2 big chances created, and an XA of 1.46. However, I could say his stats have been padded by a Liverpool game, but it did come against Liverpool, so that has to be taken into consideration as well. And I think at 7.1 million, you're looking at a real bargain there. And these are the 4 midfielders that have shown real consistency and could move on and push forward for the rest of the Premier League season, and also coming at a very friendly price. Like I said, yes, you're going to be missing out on the likes of Kevin De Bruyne and Bruno Fernandes if you go with these 4 midfielders. However, you can cover Man United potentially with their strikers. Martial I wouldn't necessarily suggest right now, but who knows what kind of form that Edison Cavani is going to come in with. And with Man City, if Aguero starts, Aguero is always a great shout as a Man City player. if you want to cover the goals that are going to come from the Etihad. Anyway guys, hopefully you have enjoyed this video. If you have, then please hit that like button, subscribe and hit that notification bell, and make sure to stay tuned because hopefully on Wednesday we will have the striker version of this very episode, which you can hopefully watch and get some good tips for which strikers are really in form so far 4 game weeks into the season. With that being said, I've been JNO, this has been FPL Today, and remember, it's all about the game.